There's nothing I need to change on the other sides of things. I don't really want to go through the process of doing all the YouTube stuff, so we're just gonna jump straight in. Freaking yesterday we were playing the fish deck, and that was oddly successful, but I think I'm gonna play more raccoon deck today. Partially because I feel like I can make some improvements on it. It's down to 62 cards, and we need to figure out what fits and what doesn't. Excuse me. And looks like our daily's reset too, so that's nice. Apparently yesterday I missed a call from the new job I'll be starting soon. Dragon Cat sent me a message. I'm not sure what she was trying to say. And looks like we have a kind of a weak start. No creatures we can bring in. It's not a bad suppression card. It only does 3 damage, but I mean it's something. Right now we're looking for more mana. I must have missed her message. I don't know how I missed it. That type of mana is not the best I could be seeing right now. The issue with this mana is that it makes me tap another permanent, so I have to have at least 1 permanent down before I can throw it down itself. But that type of mana slows me down. Probably should have just did Command Bridge last turn and then the green mana. Yeah, I definitely should have done it like that. So, because of the order I played my mana in, I'm delayed by 1 additional turn, whereas if I played everything in the right way, I would have had this raccoon or maybe this one out this turn. I guess not having something out at this point gives the enemy a little bit of pause. Moment to think, hey, maybe he's got a bunch of, like, counter stuff in there. Hey, something I can counter. If I remember right, this thing gets more powerful for each spell that's used. And that's often seen in a deck that is very dangerous. The VV deck, specifically. Kind of burning his time. How's the audio balance here? I should probably turn down the music just a bit. There we go. So, if this is the deck I'm thinking of, it's kind of a pre-constructed one. It's going to have VV in there, and VV's going to get stronger and stronger over time, the more spells that are thrown. Either way, we want to stop him from being able to do anything with this thing. It's just a 1-0, right? Yeah, so even if he throws a bolt or a shock into my face, that's not going to save his creature. Yeah. So, yeah, it does a 1-0. Yeah, it looks like he's using nothing but wizards. Alright. Now that I have this down, I should be able to mana ramp really quickly. Because this will give me 1 mana for each raccoon that's out. Okay, well, there he goes. At least it was just an unsummon. The enemy's running into some mana issues. Not the worst thing in the world. Not that much damage. He's kind of running out of steam. I mean, I might as well bulk up. I got him a little lower than where I'm at right now. Bulk up doubles my attack power until the end of the turn. It's not the most useful thing to use there, but it's something. It's a little useful. Two copies of Doppelgang. He's gonna have to do a board wipe or something along those lines in order to keep me from just rolling over him at this point. So the thing with the thing with raccoons is if you spend more than 4 mana per turn, it activates their secondary effects, which can be pretty powerful. A lot of like a burst damage mixed in there. 15 enemy creatures. Oof, that's going to take a sec. One issue with the raccoon deck is it's kind of difficult to actually be able to reliably do 4 mana worth of casting every turn. All we need is a green mana and we're good to go. No, this can't be used for suplex, can it? Not something I would want to suplex. Okay, well, that'll work. We'll be able to get the Mentor out and then, you know, just kind of go up from there. That's not good. Although I could... Can I suplex that? No, this only works against artifacts. Never mind. Alright, that son of a bitch. That puts a ward 2 onto him, right? It does. Or is it ward 3? No, it's ward 2. So it didn't need at least 4 mana to kill it. Son of a bitch. Shelter by Ghost is probably one of the more powerful spells that are out right now. Alright, 4 mana. Let's kill this one. Yes. So, unless he has some way of suppressing me again. No blocks. We're gonna take out the trash. We will discard Pot Slinger. Okay, that's decent. And get another one of these out. And yeah, I should attack. Now, I can get HP back every time I expend 4. I shouldn't have any issue expending 4 for this. Yeah, he gave up. It's one of those decks that just has a lot of steam at first because of all the cards he starts with, but like at a certain point, he can't keep up. Those 2 removal spells I had came in very clutch. Well, there's 2 quick wins. It's only 11 minutes in. I have 2 wins. Damn. Expect a lot of losses after this now. The raccoon decks are interesting, but there is some weakness to them. I could probably work with this. And we'll toss the mirror room because we have no way of casting it yet. Probably could have tossed Doppelgang because we can't really cast that until we have a lot more mana. That's not good. We need some red mana immediately. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this thing is going to be strong enough to survive a trash taking. Okay, well, that's probably not going to work out for me. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that deck. There's just nothing I could do against that. All my removal in this deck is like direct damage kind of stuff. 3 damage at a time. I would need at least 4 mana and like 2 of these cards in hand, 4 mana, and all that. And he was getting up to, I believe one of his creatures was already at like 5 HP or 5 toughness after 3 turns. So freaking yeah, I didn't stand a chance. I think Innkeeper's Talent is kind of a win more in this situation, so I'm just going to get rid of that one. Hoarder's Overflow is very good because it gets you that card advantage down the line. Same with Byway Barterer. This one is good. The Trample. The Trample is what makes this one really good. Scrap Shooter. I actually kind of want 2 of those. Oh, wait. Guess I don't have 2 copies yet. Do we need 2 Patchwork Banners? I don't think so. I mean, do we need 3? I think 2 is better. This one's a little iffy. Each deal damage equal to their power to a target creature. That could have gotten me out of that situation, but I'd need creatures on the battlefield first. This one's just expensive to get out, and kind of iffy. But I mean, if you do get it out, it can be pretty strong. Okay. Let's take a look at mana rocks. Soul Cauldron. Is there anything that would work? Nothing in my current loadout would work with that. Like, there's no abilities I can snag using this. I could steal enemy abilities, but that's about it. What's that one horn do? It's a 1 cost. It's like a horn. Maybe it's not a 1 cost. It's like a Horn of Plenty. Am I losing my mind? I thought it was a colorless artifact. Oh, you know what? That's a landfall artifact. Never mind. Reach might be good. Angel techs are always a problem, and having something with a reach could be good. Death touch during your turn, otherwise it has reach. 3 mana to get it equipped. And it's a 1/1. Discover 10. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land with value 10 or less. Or put it into your hand. The rest at the bottom and in any random order. So it's basically gambling mana in order to get additional things out onto the battlefield. But you need 8 mana to make it happen. It's kind of expensive. It's actually really expensive. You may search your library for a basic land. Shuffle it. Okay. Surveil 1? I don't know about that one. Seems kind of... It would only work in a dredge deck, I think. Activate abilities. We don't really have any activatable abilities. Four mana to investigate. That's the same cost as a fountain port, right? Yeah. No. Fountain port makes a treasure. This makes a clue. Yeah. So, interesting thing about exhaust abilities from that set is you can cauldron those and add those exhaust abilities to more creatures. Too expensive. It's 4 mana for 2 damage and then a 2/1. It's just weirdly expensive. You get the Regalia. I am running into land issues. If I can get the Regalia out and have that attacking, that would kind of solve a lot of the land issues. This would also be interesting. No good way of getting enough mana to make that happen, was there? Raccoons are best used to attack and not like field vehicles. Let's do a quick search. Raccoon. Maybe there's some more mana rock raccoons that I don't know about. Like this one. Whenever this attacks, add 1 mana until the end of the turn. You don't lose this mana as the steps and phases end. So during that turn, I would be able to use the mana from this on whatever I'd want. There's a small issue where I have to make sure it's like once it's attacking, it's kind of awkward to use. Hey, how's it going? 4 years, Jesus. Freaking, I'm just out here playing some Magic, hanging out. When this creature enters, if there are 4 or more permanents in your graveyard, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. This alone is alright, but if I have multiple of them, that could be good too. Maybe. That only really works for a dredge deck, though. That's not what this deck is about. Target creature you control gains haste. Activate only as a sorcery. Alright, let's add 2 Brazen Collectors, and I think we will take... We'll take out Terrific Team Up, because I don't think that really fits. Earth Crystal's kind of iffy as well, but let's take it out because it actually kind of messes up some of the synergies between, like, expend cards and stuff. Alright, looks good. Let's give this a shot. Brazen Collector is an interesting card because it has First Strike. First Strike is actually kind of useful, especially early on, because it's it kind of counters a lot of the things that would kill it in the first few turns of the game, and it also gives you additional mana whenever it does attack. So you can kind of like hit above your how many lands you have with the mana that it actually generates. At least we started with 3 mana. Okay, that's looking good. We can get this out and then the veteran and then, you know, go from there. Expend decks are a little bit weird because not everything counts towards the expend. Are we dealing with a angel deck here? I only have 1 red mana currently on the board, so I won't be able to cast both Suplex and take out the trash. They're gonna unsummon something? It's a blue-white, so is there a way that they can... Okay. Warp cards. That set was weird. We'll save the scrap shooter for later, and I think I'll just make a fish. If the enemy throws out an artifact or a enchantment, the scrap shooter can get it. So I have the option when I deploy this to gift a card, and that will allow me to kill. I spent that on keeping that thing from dying. At least I don't have to worry about that anymore. More damage. Is that an artifact? No, it's not. We'll just deploy the scrap shooter so he can't attack from the air. This thing does have reach. Okay. I can still make fish, which is kind of funny considering I have an entire deck dedicated to making fish. And we'll just use the fish to get some additional cards here. This guy is actually really, really useful to see. Cool to see. Damn, they're all just barely outside the amount of HP I need them to have. Now I can't block with them. I forgot this thing has menace. Oh, damn. Attacks with everything, that's fine. I'm gonna use his passive ability, the one that allows me to discard my hand. Oh, becomes tapped or is dealt damage. Oops. Fuck. Man, I need to read those new Edge of Eternity cards a little bit more. Okay. Could bulk up next turn and then Nibelheim a flame to kill everything on his board. Just have to make sure that this thing survives. What Nibelheim of Flame does is it... Oh, that's not good. Is it essentially deals damage equal to a creature's power to everything that's on the board, including your own creatures. So, I do this. And then I do this. And now the board is clear. That freaking... That thing is gonna be the death of me, though. We've removed a lot of what he's got going on. We have vigilance, so we don't have to worry about, you know, using up our, you know, being tapped when we don't want to be. We're slowly running out of HP, though. Double target creature's power. If I cast this alone, I'll activate this guy's thing. Surprised he didn't put that onto one of these flying creatures. That pretty much sealed the deal for me. And there isn't much I can do about this. How many tokens? He has plenty of blockers. It's it. Concede. He has enough flyers to actually kill me next turn, so no reason for me to stick around. I'm gonna check a few of the websites I use to make money, see if there's anything posting. That scrap shooter I should have kept around. It's one of the few things I have to deal with things like flyers. Do. Oh. I'm out in California now. I don't know if Al was still here. I'm out in California now, and speaking, I just got a job. It's a seasonal thing, so it's not like a permanent job, but it pays $20 an hour, and we'll see how it goes. Start on the 30th. XL attacking creature. Okay. Let's hope he doesn't have a lot of those cards. Let's go ahead and just make a fish. We need 1 green mana to get some of this other stuff out. Interesting choice. I have enough mana to take care of that. They'll still have that enchantment, but enchantment's kind of... it just does a little bit of card draw, really. And I can use a scrap shooter to take care of it. More worried that he has a more dangerous thing out there. Lose half of his health. Skipping a lot of turns. This will be lethal with just these two things. So I'm going to just attack with those two things. He could have something that exiles everything that's attacking and stuff like that. Yeah. Still gave up. It's going pretty well. We almost have completed the quest for the day. That's kind of nice. Actually, kind of a good, decent starting hand. Though the person I'm fighting against is not going to be easy. No, definitely not. I could destroy that enchantment using the scrap shooter. Do I want to do that yet? Yes. The gift of cards sucks, but I mean it's better than not having. It's better than letting him keep the enchantment. And this has reach, which is good. Okay, he has a lot of card draw built into his deck. Can't really attack with anything with that death touch around. Not many people use raccoons in their decks, so he's probably reading over the cards to see what's going on here. Getting rid of the one with the reach. Let's go ahead and just attack using a weak one and see if he just gets rid of it using the engine rant. At that point, I'm pretty much clear to just attack. Probably doesn't have enough removal for this. I'm declining. It's only 3 HP. I can survive 3 HP. Especially since he's about to exile my entire graveyard. Cancel that, because if I do that, it's gonna tap my one card. So we're not doing that. We have vigilance, so we don't have to worry about the things getting tapped. He just has to worry about blocking things. Nothing that he's blocking is going to survive. And I'm not too worried about losing my graveyard here. Odd choice for him to do. Lose both and I just lose a token? I'm about to replace that. The 1 HP like tax that he's going through every turn is going to start to hurt. And he probably doesn't realize how bad this one Miura, whatever, that card is for him. Okay. Not worried about losing that card again. Because he is definitely losing more HP than me here. It's down to 5. Okay. Kind of having card draw issues. It's moments like this I wish I had more copies of that Bandit Overflow card in my deck. He's hanging on. Unless he gets another creature out, he's gonna die on the next turn, though. Okay. Very unfortunate that I don't have enough mana's worth of cards to cast. He has to block with everything. Okay, this is the first time that this Sylvan Scavenging has been so useful, if I'm being completely honest. Create a 3/3 green raccoon creature if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. And if I don't have that, I can always put a 1/1 counter on a creature. Huh. Interesting. Kind of an expensive card to use. But it kind of reminds me of the Corvid, like, thief card. Actually, it is basically that. Huh. Look at the top 9 cards of an opponent's library. Exile 2 of them face down. With the rest of them on the bottom of the library in any random order. Huh. get multiple copies of this card and also the saga that gives you treasures and the ability to play enemy cards. I mean, that's a pretty interesting freaking mix. I don't have any rare things. Let's spin some of this gold that I just got. And I'm not a big fan of the Omen Palace, but this is the set with the card I'm looking for. Hey, Frank Horror, how's it going, man? The top card of your library. Anytime you want to play cards from this top, you may look at the top of your library anytime, and you may play cards from the top of your library. Pay life equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost. Okay. There's a few cards that would work pretty well with. First main phase, you may discard a card. If you do, target creature can't block this turn. Deal 1 damage to that player. There's just so many legendary creatures as a part of this set. It's insane. Alright. I do like the idea of doing that, like, card theft thing. So let's see if we can, see if we have any of those cards. I mean, this would work. Well, no, that doesn't steal cards. It's kind of similar to that, but it's not what we're looking for. So this is the card I saw. Fortunately, I don't have what I need. I usually just play standard, but we're just kind of theory crafting at the moment. We don't have enough things to do this. So exiled cards. So I guess that's the best way of doing this. I could type exiled. Exile 1 target none and up to 1 from a graveyard. When he dies, put him on the bottom of his owner's library. That's interesting. Turn that off, turn that off. Let's focus on black. Whenever a player casts a spell they don't own, that player creates a treasure token. Interesting. That would be a good addition. Oh, this is a thief card. Whenever they deal damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. Then you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, you may play the exiled card this turn using any mana. So that would be a pretty good thief card. If a card you didn't control, if a card you didn't control would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. So that would count too. Demons you control have menace. Allow the FF packs when I can. Yeah, I haven't gotten into Brawl or Commander myself. It seems like it'd be a pretty cool way to play the game though. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile 1 target creature card from a graveyard. If you exile that card this way, create a token that is that. Okay. I mean, that's kind of... I don't know. It's strong, there's no doubt about that. You may discard a card. Exile top card of your library for as long as that it remains exiled. You may play it if you control a Corvo. Top 2 cards of opponent's library face down. You may look at and play those cards as long as they remained exiled. Hey! This is, like I said, this theory crafting, so we're going to add a bunch of those. We're looking to make a deck that steals from the enemy. Not exile my own cards, but steals from the their deck. I know what Memory Vessel does. Triple Triad. Yes, this one works. I know how this one works. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles the top card of their library. Until the end of the turn, you may play the card you owned exiled this way, and each other card that's exiled this way with lesser mana value. Do you know anything about the upcoming set coming to MTG? Nope. It sounds like they're doing a lot more Universes Beyond stuff. From what I understand, it's all going to be a lot of Universes Beyond stuff. That's weird. Because there is definitely another card I can think of that does what I'm thinking of. Whenever one or more scouts, pirates, or rogues you control deal damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. You may cast it. If you don't, create a treasure token. If you cast a spell you don't own, put a 1/1 counter on each scout, pirate, or rogue. Well, that's going in. Black mana bat. Yes, I know about that one. 3 damage, exile a card. Here we go. This is what I'm thinking of. Corvold the Noble Thief. First 2 steps of this creates a treasure token, and the last step exiles the top 3 cards of an opponent's library. You may play those cards this turn. So basically, if you get one of these out, that's like 1/20th of the opponent's library going straight to you. So we're gonna add a bunch of these. It's a decent saga too. Of your library. Interesting. When this enters, create a 1/1 black creature rat. You may sacrifice another creature. If you do, put a 1/1. Sacrifice another creature or exile the top of your library. This one might be good because it gives all of my instant... Wait, hold on. Instant and sorcery spells. How many instant sorcery spells do we have currently? We don't really have any yet, do we? It's all enchantments. Six damage. If there are 4 more cards, exile the top card of your library. A lot of this is just my own library. Could be funny and add Memory Vessel, just a bunch of copies of Memory Vessel. Exile this artifact. Each player exiles the top 7 cards of their library. Until your next turn, players may play those cards they exiled this way, and they can't play cards from their normal hand while that's happening. It's kind of a funny card because it it's kind of a card that works both ways. Like, it works for us and against us. Top 3 cards of your library. Create token, deals damage. Creatures you control but don't own are mercenaries. Exile top X cards. Oh yeah, hey, I remember this card. This is actually pretty good. How did I end up with 4 copies of this? Deals combat damage, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land. May cast that card by discarding rather than paying its normal cost. We're going to add 2 copies of that, just because it's useful. When this creature enters, put a target creature with mana value 4 or less from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Gains menace, death touch, haste. At the beginning of your next end step, exile that creature. Whenever you sacrifice another creature, exile cards equal to its mana value from the top of target's players. Until next step, you may play those. Okay, we'll add 2 of those as well. Because this is exile target player, so it would allow me to steal from the enemy. And now we just need a few ways to suppress as well, so we're gonna add some suplexes and connect the dots is pretty good. What this does is every time you attack per creature, you exile one of your own cards and it goes underneath the enchantment, and then you can pop that enchantment to basically have all those cards in your hand. Essentially, it's a way to just refill your hand once you run out of cards. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, its controller may exile that many cards from the top of their library. Alright. So that bat that you were talking about, I've seen it quite a bit. It's a classic creature ever since that one entered. Deep Cavern bat. It's pretty good. The issue with it... Excuse me, my legs are killing me. The issue with it is it's pretty easy to kill. There isn't much that you can do to prevent it just being killed randomly by like just a quick spell. But it does allow you to see what's in the enemy's hands. This is going to be really useful because a lot of these are creatures. Alright. That's an invalid deck right now because I just don't have the cards for it, like the wild cards. So, yeah, we'll just leave it at that right now. Excuse me. Just a random deck that I was thinking about. Because I'd never seen that black creature before. But like looking at 9 cards, choosing 2 of them to exile and the rest of them to put at the bottom of their library, that's that's pretty decent. That's a pretty decent little thing. Why did I do that? Okay, Bandits or Hoarders Overflow. Very useful because the more stash counters you get on top of it, the more it's going to like replace all of your cards later on. So So basically this is to refill my hand once I run out of cards. A desert user. Let's go ahead and throw a teapot slinger first. Four effective mana. Next turn I'll have 6 effective mana. I could have probably done that a little bit better. No, this is the only way I could have done that. So now I got 3 stash tokens on the Hoarder's Overflow. I'll get the Byway Barterer out and whatever else comes out next. Oh, he ate the banner. Okay. So something specific about raccoons is when you activate abilities like this, it doesn't count towards their whole thing, which is unfortunate. Because if it did count towards that, it would be so much easier to activate their expend capabilities. So which one do I want to do first here? Probably this. Is this standard? Yes, it is standard. And then this. We do not want to use Byway Barterer at the moment because we already have 2 cards that we want to keep. Now all of these guys have Vigilance. A couple of them have Menace. He's using only green creatures, so I don't think he's going to have any kind of board wipes. He has a scary looking Wolverine. And he got rid of that, damn. That enchantment that I had. The new cards are raccoons next month? No, these cards are from a few sets ago. This is from the Bloomburrow set from last year at some point. So a lot of these cards are from that. I don't know if there's going to be any raccoons in the next set. I hear there's not going to be any humans during the next set. But yeah, this Bloomburrow. Yeah, all Bloomburrow except for a few Final Fantasy cards. And, you know, just random cards from elsewhere. So, yeah, Hoarder's Overflow, Bloomburrow, anything that we're seeing with expend mechanics are all Bloomburrow. And they're pretty interesting. They're pretty easy to counter if you know what to expect from them, but, like, at this point, I don't think very many people have really seen these. So, yeah, the expend mechanic is actually pretty decent currently. And, never seen a raccoon deck? Yeah. When they first released, they were actually very mid because of a lot of issues. One is reliably expending 4 mana for these. But once a few more cards got released that kind of fit that mold, it got much easier. Specifically, flashback cards made it much easier to get the expend off. So the way expend works is when you spend 4 mana to cast a spell during a turn, it activates another thing. In this case, it'll put a 1/1 counter onto this creature. But that one's kind of an awkward one. This one, if you expend 4, you can discard your hand, and if you do, draw 2 cards. Not all that useful if you have 5 cards in hand, but if you have 0 cards in hand, it becomes super useful. Also, I should probably get this out first. This card doesn't have expand, but it does have an extra mana that it generates whenever it attacks, and that's kind of useful. Okay. We'll start getting these mana rocks out. We'll just go on to the next turn. And, you know, it's a bit risky because you do have to kind of get to a decent amount of mana, but there is a lot of ways you can add additional mana to the deck. This mentor card is really good at adding mana. There's a lot of artifacts that you can use, like the banner from the banner that got destroyed last match. That added mana along with making the raccoons more powerful. Stuff like that. This one is actually out of the foundations, and this one makes raccoons or adds 1/1 counters onto your creatures. And of course, since it's a raccoon, it's really useful because it plays into everything that I'm doing. Guy's eating up his turn here. Just kind of waiting it out. One of my least favorite things from playing Magic Online here, or Magic Arena. Is he not going to use his mana? Interesting choice. So I have 4 effective mana currently, 5 if you include the Brazen Collector. I have a lot of weird decks, if you're wondering. I'll consider it. No attacks. In turn, we're gonna add a 1/1 to this guy. Fenrir, so he's gonna start mana ramping. I mean, he kind of already has been at mana ramping, it's just now he's really starting to. Got like 40 decks, nice. No blocks. Do we want this one out first? Sure. To get that HP back. What makes this particular raccoon interesting is he actually acts as a much more powerful mana battery than all the others, because he gives 1 mana for every single raccoon you have on the battlefield. So, next round, if nothing happens and I keep all my raccoons, I'll get 4 additional mana from just having all these creatures here. So instead of having 5 mana, like what you see down here, I actually have more than that. 11 mana. Can I cancel this? Because I kind of screwed this up. Nope. That's fine. Give him haste, he has menace. Get more raccoons. I kind of messed that up. I should have brought the buy-away barterer out before I put down the banner. And the reason why is because I would have been able to activate his secondary ability if I did it the other way around. He gave up. Cool. Now, I mentioned that this deck is, like raccoon decks in general, are a little bit mid. Why didn't you go full swing? I wanted to preserve as many raccoons as I could. I knew it was safe to attack with the singular raccoon because he had menace. and the enemy just ended up giving up anyway. If I went full swing, he would have taken out probably the mana generator, this one right here. I don't know. I would have probably won if I went full swing, but you know, it's whatever. So at first I thought this Byway Barterer was kind of a bad card because, you know, what scenario do you want to discard your hand and draw 2 cards? But then I realized it's really good if you have no cards in hand. The exact situation that I was in when I messed up the order of putting things down there. You'll also notice that I have some cards with flashback in my deck, and that's to actually activate the expand thing. So flashback cards get more powerful when, or not more powerful, but they get more expensive when they get flashbacked. Like there's one that costs 2 mana to use once, and then I believe 6 mana to use the second time, and that's like a guaranteed freaking big turn if you happen to have enough mana for that and a lot of raccoons out. I thought that this draw was going to be decent, but honestly I don't see very much I can actually do here. I need 1 more green mana for these veterans, 1 more mana for the Regalia, 2 more mana for the Junkblade Bruiser, and I have no use for this until he actually puts something down. So yeah, we're kind of stuck waiting. Well, there's a target for the trash. Hey, it's that card I was talking about. 2 mana for the first time and 6 mana for the second. What's interesting is this is instant, so I could choose my attacks, he could choose his blocks, and then I can actually cast this. Then you can actually cast this bulk up a couple of times on the one that's not being blocked. I could have sworn I had a few people on my friends list here. Alright, we got what we need. We want to preserve this Mentor because he's acting as a second green mana, so I can get these veterans out. I could also do the Regalia too. That's not good. I don't think he's going to be able to scale as fast as me, but still, it's not great. The cool thing about Regalia, it has haste. And every time it attacks, it'll bring out another... God damn it! Oops. The command bridge needs something to tap when it comes out, and it didn't have anything to tap, so it just blew itself up. I don't know, it says 0 in the bottom left corner. It just means that no one's online. I'm doing good. I know people who play this game, it's just no one's online. Doll maker shop. That's not good. I do have a counter for that. Oh, it happens. It's fine. Just looking to get more mana out currently. He's probably not going to block this. Okay, he is blocking it. I'll save the bulk up for a turn or two from now. I should have enough mana to actually start activating my raccoon abilities, so we'll probably get this guy out. No, we get this guy out. That thing needs to die. Okay, is that an artifact? Nope, it's an enchantment. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm surviving this. There's a better vehicle that can pump out damage and lands. Is that the hedge trimmer from Duskmorn? Lumbering World Wagon. That sucks. I think I'm not sure which one that is. I always get the hedge trimmer and another one mixed up. Back when one of my roommates was buying like physical cards, we got one of the I think one of the rare ones in the Duskmorn set. It's here. That would be either Aetherdrift, Duskmorn, or Bloomborough, right? And it would be an artifact. Yeah, this is the one that we got. Whenever this vehicle attacks, you may mill 2 cards. Whenever one or more cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put them onto the battlefield tapped. And you're saying that the Lumbering World Wagon is at equal to the number of lands that you control. Search your library for a basic land and put it into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Well, that one's pretty decent. Its crew requirements are kind of high, and it doesn't pick up non-standard lands. That's pretty decent. Yeah, the crew requirements are a little high is the only issue, and it doesn't have haste. But the amount of lands... Oh, we'll give it a shot. Regalia's... I like the Regalia because it has haste, first of all. It reveals cards from the top until it hits one. And it puts it into the battlefield immediately. And it only has a 1 recruit. But yeah, we'll see. I don't usually make meta decks, if I'm being completely honest. The closest deck that I have that could be considered like actually good is my Cosmogoyf deck, and that's only because it's a dredge deck that happens to feature Cosmogoyf as a backup plan. That Cosmogoyf deck can be very good. It's just, you know, kind of situational, honestly. You need very specific cards to come up sometimes. You're probably noticing I have Doppelgang in this deck, even though I don't have any blue lands. That's because I do have lands that actually can... Yeah. I do actually have lands that generate blue mana. It's just not... Oh, this isn't good. I don't have any green mana. It's just not basic lands that I have for Doppelgang. It's pretty interesting on the vehicle. Yeah. The vehicles are weird in this game. Oh, there's a reanimation deck I'm fighting here. Okay, this guy's expand is to give a 1/1 and trample until the end of the turn. Kona and Reanimator deck that's been destroying with demon vampire things. Okay. The vehicle system is actually pretty interesting because there are cards that, like, the Regalia for one is a colorless card that gets you a lot of landfall or land drops just through doing just vehicle things. So you can scale very quickly if you just have a Regalia on the ground. If you're wondering how I got this fish, it's through Fountain Port. Fountain Port's one of my favorite cards. I have a deck based pretty much completely around Fountain Port. One of the things I like doing in this game is finding a specific card or a specific mechanic and building a deck around that. So Fountain Port is one of the only ways you can make just blue fish tokens, and I worked on a way to make a bunch of blue fish tokens, which currently I'm having to use a lot of blue fish tokens in order to actually freaking survive here. He's going to block with both of these, isn't he? Like block my raccoons with both of those. Yeah, Fountain Port stacks well with token decks. Fountain Port's just good in general because it gives you something to do when you have nothing else that you can do. That's the way I've heard it described. Because you can use this to create treasure tokens, you can make those fish, you can sacrifice tokens and draw a card, and of course it generates mana as well. Yep, there it is. I'm not going to win this with fish. My deck's not based on fish at the moment. Oh, she doubles up the amount of tokens that are generated. You can use that to tap. Okay, there it goes. What wild card does it use? It uses gold. Yeah. Ardeen. I'm still screwed. There's not much I can do about this. Yeah, rare. It uses rare. But yeah, Fountain Port is like something I just include on almost every deck that I make. If you want to see a stupid deck that I've built completely around it, that I just call fish, let's give it a shot. Let's go to do it. This dude is a full meta deck? Yeah. I didn't stand any chance. The moment I saw him discard that Arjing or whatever his name is like, I don't think I'm making it through this one, Chief. Alright. We don't have Fountain Port, but we do have World Map, which is fine. This is a different deck, by the way, if you're wondering. We'll get the Fountain Port through World Map, most likely. Until then, we're going to have to basically play a little bit defensively. In fact, really defensively. That's how this deck actually works. He's going to take this Sheltered by Ghosts. Or the Point the Way. I should mention that this deck doesn't have any creatures in it. So it has 0 creatures in it. The only way... If he plays blue, watch out for Kaido, yeah. The only way The only way I get creatures is through Fountain Port. Yeah, that's bad news. And I will also say that this deck is not meta, by the way. Nowhere near meta. We may have to play a couple of matches to see how this deck works. Are you using Caretaker's Talent? Yes. I only have one copy of it in this deck, but it is useful from time to time. So this is mostly about surviving until I can get a Fountain Port down, and then I can start really... I misclicked, and I drew a different card than I was wanting to. Said the card and you drawed it? Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Alright, yeah, the only thing that's going to get me out of this situation is that. So... now we're going to throw down both of our things. I don't think he has enough damage out that'll kill me, and if he throws any creatures down, that's just going to heal me at that point. And just kind of cutting it a little bit close. Yeah, Caretaker's Talent is pretty good about buffing up creatures like that. And freaking additional thing that I like to do is there is a creature or a thing that I could put down that I don't have access to right now. Oh, right. I have to type it out because I don't actually have any creatures in my deck, so it doesn't give me any suggestions when I throw out the banner and other cards that are like the banner. Oh, I also have like 3 fishing bowls in this deck, so once I actually do get a fish, I have ways of like getting more fish. That is unfortunate. Alright, doubling season, one of my favorite things. Nothing I can copy currently, so we're just gonna hold off and hope we survive for a couple more turns. Also, my music just stopped. Crazy deck. Yeah, this one's not doing too well at the moment. If I had a freaking Fountain Port right now, things would be so much different right now. And I think the enemy is starting to realize that something's weird about my deck, because he's stopped throwing out he's stopped throwing out creatures, he's stopped casting spells, he hasn't even cracked the Light the Way thing, partially because he can't, come to think about it. Son of a bitch. I was just waiting for the card that I need. You know what? I'm gonna gift him a fish. Take this back. One thing about gifting him a fish is it activates my authority as well. And then I do this. And then I do this. I could have done that in slightly different order to get more HP back, but that's fine. So if I get a fountain port, I'll use 1 HP to create 2 fish. Then I copy those fish to make 2 more fish. I'll have 4 fish at that point. That's enough fish to be a threat. Trust me, this works. This works weirdly well if I had fountain port. Or doppelgang. I would take doppelgang right about now. Damn it. Alright, well, shit. I'll turn it. Okay, I'm going to survive. Because I'm going to gift him a fish. Make him throw his flying unit back into his hand. That'll give me more HP because he's going to resummon that thing and also get another fish, which will give me more HP. This is going to work. This is going to work. And we're just waiting for a fountain port. I have a 36% chance currently to get a land of any sort. And most of those lands at this point, well, a good portion of those lands at this point are going to be fountain ports. Not most of them. As you can see, my HP is going back up. Like, I'm back up to 20 HP. I'm above his HP. I haven't hit him once. I hit him once. No, I haven't hit him once. Come on, fish. Yes, come on, fish. That's not fish, but that's actually pretty cool. This is Imprisoned by the Moon. Is this hexproof from white? Okay, well, that's going right into your mana pool right there. Where's my fish? Yes. One of my favorite new cards I found recently. Enchanted player cannot gain life. Whenever is dealt damage, they lose half their life. Well, that's not good. So I'm going to be losing half my life every time I get attacked, right? Or is it just once? Okay, it's just once. God damn it, Parting Gust. Wait. Oh, it's gift a tapped fish. Fish! Alright. We're exiling the cat because otherwise that would be hard to get rid of. And I have 4 HP. That cuts in half. I survived this round, but that's it. Ghost that? Yeah, I can't ghost that. That only works if I have a creature. If I get the fountain port now, I'm as good as dead unless he decides not to attack. GG. Yes. You'll be surprised how close this was. If I had fish at any point, I think I would have been fine. Because the fish aren't just good for attacking, they're good for sacking as well. I could also use them to get additional card draw. Hey! Gift a tapped fish. This allows me to stun his worm. Hey, the fountain ports! Unfortunately, it was too late. I'll just do this in my life. Okay, let's give that another shot. Wasn't expecting fountain port to be so difficult to get. And that was my own fault because I misclicked when I was using the world map, by the way. Remember, at the beginning of that match, 1 HP, yeah. If you didn't know, fountain port does take 1 HP in order to actually use. I'll keep it. So, one other thing that this deck has is a little bit of lifelink as well, in the form of enchantments. So, when I do actually get some fish out, I can put lifelink onto them to survive a little bit easier. And if you're wondering, fishing pole does not work on its own. You still need a fish or some kind of creature to use fishing pole. Okay, this time don't mess this up. We need a fish maker. Fish. Now, starting this next turn, I'll be able to generate fish whenever I need to. Use self-milling. It's never a good sign. So I have a few options next turn. I could put the fishing pole onto the fish to generate fish using this one fish from now on, which is a cheaper way of doing it than the fountain port. I can use Caretaker's Talent to duplicate this fish and get an extra card draw. That's probably my best bet. Or I can put Unflinching Courage onto this fish so that I can use it to get some HP back. And he didn't attack. Interesting. And I probably got something even better than what I was expecting, which is the Patchwork Banner. If you've never seen it, it makes whatever creature your type that you choose more powerful, along with giving you additional mana. So we're going to do it like this. If I attack with this, and he blocks with both of these, and then use the Lost Teeth to... Lost Teeth does 1 damage to whatever it chooses. So if he uses Lost Teeth on the fish during that blocking process, then I would lose this fish, which would be unfortunate. Because I do kind of need this first fish. So now I can either choose to make another fish using Caretaker's Talent, or I can make this fish into more of a threat by using Unflinching Courage on it. I got the next game. Maybe. Oh no, Insidious Roots. That's bad news for me. Does this work on enchantments? Creature, land, or planeswalker? Okay. You do have a fish deck? Okay. We'll see. Alright, let's get some of this HP back. This also gives me trample, so it will get to his HP pool. And use this. Hey, split up. That's actually really useful. Insidious Roots. You hate this deck that he's playing right now? Yeah, Insidious Roots is really freaking crazy strong. There's a better ways of doing that, what he just did. Although more expensive. But there's a raccoon that does this for 2 mana, much easier. Alright, well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 effective mana. I could use Split Up to kill half of his stuff, or Expel the Interlopers to kill everything. Let's set up our enchantments. Okay. Now he's gonna have a harder time. See if he blocks everything. No, he didn't. I do have a sweeper to counter everything. Right now I'm just kind of setting up my enchantment so that when I do use the sweeper, I'll have a better time down the line. He doesn't have anything super dangerous on the field other than those plants. As for whether or not he's a If you beat top meta with fish, yeah. Well, I mean, this isn't top meta. There's a raccoon that's much better than this molt tender at what he's trying to do. Yep. It's not surprising. Could also use seasonal weaving. Alright, well. We want to save the Sheltered by Ghost. Everything he has is tapped. So we're just going to go ahead and kill all tapped, destroy all tapped. Yep, that's what we want. Resolve that. And then we will... He's set up to bring that... He gave up. Well, he gave up, so yeah, I beat him with fish. Oh, Rat Ninja Wizard. I think I've already had this one, but still, nice to see ninja cards. Back before Kamigawa shifted out of the thing, shifted out of rotation. It's... I wanted to make a ninja deck. Like a ninja deck in standard. 1 second, I'm looking for your name. You did post it a few moments ago. Yeah, this fish deck, it's stupid, but it works. I swear it works. Alright, there we go. Alright, may take a few moments for him to accept. Oh, there it goes. And I'm going to be playing with standard cards. I don't have any... Whoops. Whoops. Direct challenge. I'll be using my fish deck to begin with. I have quite a few different decks. Some of them are meta, some of them are more experimental. Like this one with the Marlboro is... Oops, there we go. This one with the Marlboro is a little bit more experimental, and it's probably the last one I've used to actually do a direct challenge with. It's not a good layout. Let's try again. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Not a great draw for me. I got 2 fishing poles, catch a fish, sheltered by ghosts, and no fountain port, which is just devastating. I have a lot of things that synergize with fountain port, but not anything that's actually fountain porty. Oh yeah, I've used that card before. So Catch a Fish is an interesting card. Wish Talisman. I know that card. Actually, this may work out in my favor. Collector's Vault, yep. Okay. Start getting fish out. We have 4 effective mana. We can get Catch a Fish out. We have a board wipe. Let's go ahead and get the banner out for another effective mana. No attacks. He's looking for the treasure token. Catch a fish. Okay. I see that. It's a pretty good move. Is that hexproof? Is. You can't lose the game anymore because of that. Yeah, C. The only way to get rid of that is to have him sacrifice it himself, or have him or do a mass exile. That's not going to do anything. That's unfortunate. I don't have any way to mass exile things. So I would have to use something like Tithing Blade to make him exile that, or some. Well, not Tithing Blade, because that would allow him to put it back into the field. Let's try another fish. Yeah, there'd be no way for me to deal with that. I've used both of those cards, by the way, in the past. The one that makes it hexproof and not indestructible, but hexproof and, yeah, actually indestructible, come to think about it. I just played the wrong deck. Yeah, it happens. That particular card is difficult to deal with in general, but if it's hexproof as well, then it becomes almost impossible. Mulligan that. Man, I am getting some bad draw. Let's get rid of... Well, actually, keep Season. And we'll get rid of Doubling Season. Because Season of Weaving is actually a way to deal with that that whole situation that I ran into last time. Come to think about it. Because this would bounce it back to his hand, getting rid of the indestructibility. And it's not something that targets that card. It targets everything. Do I want to do this? Not really, because I really need that freaking fountain port. It's a way for me to get fountain port if I have 3 mana. I know this deck. I've used this deck. Okay, now we do this, because we do generally need mana. Catch a fish next. Then Patchwork Banner. Yep. This just increases my card draw and my mana down the line. Nice. Hey, a fish! Oh, yes, a fish! Okay, how much effective mana do I have? 4? 5, if you include that. Could make my fish into a land fish. do. Fish. That's not going to work because that works against creatures, right? No, non-land permanent. No, because he'll just kill it. We'll hold off. Duskmourn does have some pretty nice cards, doesn't it? I'm about to be Floodmon? Is that what's about to happen? I'm gonna get rid of his ability to on-demand discard. Ah, I did get Floodmon. Oh yeah, I already had another one. Okay, we have 6 effective mana. Yes. You'll be able to get a lot of that out pretty quickly, but give me a little bit of time. And that brings me up to 7 effective mana. Fish. Landfish. I'm as good as dead. There it goes. Lose 3 life, lose 3 life. Damn it. Discard decks. I was looking to get to 8 mana so that I can cast the Doppelgang to copy something that he was doing, but nothing he had lifelink. Yeah, it was a decent one. Let's let me. I'll bring out a different deck this time. Because the fish deck is memes. Let's bring out the Goyf deck. Could also bring out the Gossip deck, but that one's kind of... That one got me from Plat to Diamond, I think. I don't know if it would get me to Mythic. I can work with this to an extent. Not my favorite cards to begin with. Angel deck? Oh no. Let's hold off on that. Just to screw around, I'm just gonna do this. Just so I don't have to deal with that knight later. What's all this now? I know exactly that card. Oh, that's not good. Let's see here. Human, huh? What kind of deck is this? This isn't standard, is it? I know that this this particular dog is actually unstoppable. Like he can't be killed easily. It's standard? Okay. I need to read that card a little bit better. The black one I just used, I forgot it fucking blows itself up after either side has no creatures. I've used that Enduring Curiosity before. It's actually a really good card. What I used to do with it is, there's a deck that I was theorizing a little while ago, back when the Final Fantasy deck first came out. Encounter. Excuse me. So, I only play standard. Nice. So when this set first came out, I noticed that Random Encounter was really strong, although very expensive. For 6 mana, you basically mill 4 cards and put each creature milled that way onto the battlefield. They gain haste, beginning of next step, blah blah blah. They go back into your hand after that. So I packed my deck with Enduring Courage, and that really upped the deadliness of that. I also throw in a bunch of mana generating things, Screaming Nemesis, Breakout, which was pretty decent in that. The deck from Swayze. Oh yeah, I don't really look to any YouTubers or anything like that for my decks. I just kind of keep messing around until I just keep messing around until I figure something out, you know? Let's see here. Let's try... Ah, screw it. We'll try the Encounter deck. Whoops, I accidentally went into the deck itself. It's been a while since I played this one, so I'm not sure I'm not sure if it's gonna work. One more. Some nerd is DMing me. I'm using it random encounter. Okay, cool. My trick when I was using it was to pump out as much mana as possible and then get Cerberus or Pyromancer's Goggles or something like that out. Cartographer is really good because he allows me to get a bunch of mana from my deck just directly as it attacks. I have 4 effective mana, 5, maybe 6. Let's go ahead and do this. He has 5 effective mana with those 2 creatures. 6. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good for me. I know exactly what that character does. Whoa. Someone's moving something next door. Okay, this next turn will be a bit interesting. Never mind. I didn't find this Roxanne card until like just recently. This would absolutely be one of those cards I would add to this deck nowadays, by the way. Artifact or enchantment or draw a card. Okay. Let's do it again. Alright, need to look into this card. 2 creatures or lands. Huh. Yeah, definitely need to add this Roxanne card. Alright. It's been about 2 hours. I usually only stream for about 2 hours if I'm being completely honest. It was some good games though. My decks are, I just kind of figure things out as I go. The Roxanne card I recently found, if I'm being completely honest. And like one of my most recent decks has it. It is this one. This unnamed one. And I just added it the other day after I found it. If I remember right, the idea behind this one is to get weapons manufacturing working, and it does work to an extent. If I can find the chat, there it is. Okay, but yeah, weapons manufacturing is pretty decent. Friggin'. All right, thank you. I don't know how often I'll be able to stream, but every so often I'll stream. And I have a lot of Magic the Gathering content, plus a lot of other stuff. Also, family channel, if you've ever seen Magic the Gathering Forge, which is a free client that is like a single-player Magic the Gathering thing, I'd recommend looking that up because it's free. It's completely free, and you can do a lot of stuff in it, and a lot of tinkering, which is what I like doing in this game. But yeah, I have a deck where I'm trying to get weapons manufacturing off the ground, and as a result of this, I found a lot of pretty decent cards. Like Gear Drake was one of them. Emissary Detective Satchel is one of the more impressive ones I found. So yeah, it's friggin'. I'm starting to get this one kind of all figured out, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Hope you guys had a good time, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later.